Every man has felt it, that moment when you realize you're giving too much to people, habits, or ideas that don't give anything back. You water dead plants, hoping they'll bloom again. You chase validation, attention, or pleasure that only leaves you emptier. Semen retention teaches you one thing right away. Energy is sacred. When you stop spilling it into empty moments or empty screens, that same energy transforms into focus, drive, and clarity. You begin to feel alive again, not because of what you gain, but because of what you stop giving away. When a man practices retention, he starts to remember who he truly is. Masculinity isn't something you earn, it's something you reclaim. You start feeling loyalty again, not to lust or impulse, but to yourself. You carry yourself with quiet confidence. You walk differently. You talk differently. And people notice. Those aren't benefits. They're your natural traits resurfacing after years of being buried under instant gratification. True masculinity is about order, restraint, and purpose. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's loyal to what matters, self-respect, and divine alignment. Let's talk about something most men don't understand. When you give in to lust, whether through casual flings or explicit content, you're not just losing fluid, you're losing spiritual energy. Women are receivers and multipliers. They amplify what you give them, biologically, emotionally, spiritually. When you give that energy to lust or pixels on a screen, it gets harvested by systems that profit from your weakness. Immature men think they're getting something from women, but the wise man knows he's the one giving. After a few weeks of retention, something changes. Your eyes sharpen. Your posture straightens. People treat you differently. They feel your presence. Why? Because your energy is no longer scattered. You've become grounded. Masculinity is not about domination. It's about discipline. It's the strength to act with restraint when the world tells you to indulge. You can't walk through two doors at once. Many men say they want to grow closer to God, yet they still keep one hand on temptation. It doesn't work that way. You must close the door to sin, to lust, to corruption, to weakness, before you can truly walk through the door to divine strength. When you do, the path becomes clear. You stop living split in half and start living in alignment. And that's where real power comes from. The quiet confidence of knowing your soul is clean. Every strong man serves something greater than himself. Even Christ, the greatest leader who ever lived, led through service. He built, he gave, he forgave. He showed that real strength isn't about control. It's about humility. Masculinity grows when you learn to serve. Serve God. Serve your purpose. Serve your community. Because service builds character, and character builds legacy. Here's a distinction few people talk about. Sin is when you do what harms your soul, knowingly or not. Transgression is when you know it's wrong, but still struggle against it. Iniquity is when you stop caring altogether, and modern society is drowning in iniquity. We celebrate lust. We glorify greed. We worship distraction. Retention is rebellion against all of that. It's saying, I refuse to be another slave to the system. It's choosing spiritual discipline over cultural decay. Temptation doesn't vanish when you practice retention. It just loses its power. Think of it like flying in an airplane. You can still see the tree of temptation, but from above, it looks small and harmless. That's what spiritual elevation feels like. The door to sin remains, but you no longer feel the urge to walk through it. Because now, You're flying towards something higher. Growth hurts. Reclaiming your masculinity is a painful process, but pain is the forge of power. Like Buddha's lesson of 1 more mile, you'll often feel like you can't go further. But the truth is, you can. You always have 1 more mile in you. Every relapse, every failure, every setback, it's part of the purification. The key is to keep walking, because on the other side of that pain is strength, clarity, and freedom. Semen retention isn't about suppression, it's about transformation. It's the art of turning raw desire into divine purpose. It's the process of restoring order, where discipline rules over desire, purpose over pleasure, spirit over flesh. When you live this way, you don't just reclaim masculinity. You embody it. You become a man of honor, a man of respect, a man who reflects divine strength in every choice he makes. This is beyond average. Stay strong, stay disciplined, and never settle for less.